A very pleasant evening to you, sports fans. My name is Robert Williams.
And I'm Roger Haspel.
We say welcome, welcome, welcome once again to your favorite sports calling show here on Reggae Radio IRIE FM. And as usual, we go through to 11 o'clock. The program brought to you courtesy of Formosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Call 974-3370. And, of course, you can share with us on the program. You can call us on 974-5043, 974-5051, 974-5079. 618-0352. Toll free, it's 888-991-4152. And remember, you can also join us via Zoom. The meeting ID is 824-891-93303. And the password is 666-266. We say welcome to the program. It's like it's been a long time, Roger.
Yes, it certainly has been, especially with all that would have happened over the past week.
With your favorite girl, Melissa. Yeah.
Why? I don't know about that, you know.
I thought she was everybody's favorite girl except mine.
No, sir. No.
I guess before she came, she was everybody's friend, but the amount of destruction that she has wreaked.
I don't even want to walk near anybody who names her right
terrible
now.
Boy. Well, I wonder
No,
what
sir.
age group she falls in.
They're almost young people, man.
I
never said a Gilbert daughter, you know.
So
and
she's
Charlie
Gen Z?
granddaughter.
She would be
Yeah,
Gen
man.
Z.
Straight, either Gen Z or one of them.
What
the one after Gen Z name?
Which one that again? Alpha?
Millennials.
Millennial.
Millennials. Either millennials or Gen Z. Oh, millennials older.
With whichever category she happens to fall in. She's awful.
She's a Gen Z. Yes.
She's awful. Man, what a
catastrophe. So Charlie was a baby boomer. And Gilbert was the Gen X.
So
yeah,
she's the worst of them all.
Boy, may I tell you?
Well, we have to reach out to all the persons who suffered damage. Lots and lots of persons suffered damage. Lots of communities. Boy, we have to keep them in our prayers because a lot of people really are suffering as a result.
Real suffering. I saw the Fox weather reporter was here, the Tom Chaser guy. And he was saying that this is similar. What the devastation that he saw was similar to the tsunami that hit Sri Lanka. Remember that tsunami?
Yes.
The man says it's the same thing. It's almost identical.
Why? I tell you, we have to reach out to our colleague GT Taylor. He suffered immense damage. His whole place was basically destroyed, man.
Oh dear!
Yeah,
wow.
GT said the wall of the stand bottom in I'm downstairs in house, man. Mash him up.
Wow.
Roof gone, and it was just heartbreaking when he was telling me the story earlier, man. Really devastating. And boy, I was talking. I spoke with some persons who have seen some of the destruction in like Black River and in Westmoreland. And my God,
that coast road in Black River is no more, no. In the actual town is no more. That coast road, you know that.
Yeah, that because the sea come across the road and get to G. Really terrible, man. And people are out there now and they are really suffering because not just the inconvenience, but the lack of electricity, water, clothes, everything gone. When I see some lovely structures that were torn down.
Yeah, man. Obliterated, man.
My goodness. And,
we're talking about some concrete structures too, you know.
Yeah. Everything gone.
Not to mention the wooden one. I know there are a lot of wooden houses in Westmoreland.
Well, one thing I know, we will have to rebuild. We have to start from scratch a lot of these communities. And that is also going to be a massive task. The good thing about
It's
it, though, is that the rest of the world is rallying around and supporting and providing assistance. And I tell you, Jamaican people, no easy, the way our
mm,
Jamaican people have been rallying around and supporting and helping. It is unbelievable that it is the same people who were tearing each other apart a few months ago. But that's how
mm,
we are, unique.
yeah, that
But it
too.
is good.
And then the wicked also in the midst, because you have some out, a pledge to themselves.
Oh Lord.
I do things for themselves.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
I,
man,
I
and
don't know,
not.
I don't know what kind
Mm-hmm.
of stomach them have, boy. You see people suffering and you try and you're robbing them same time. But Roger, it's not just the ones who are robbing the people who are suffering. Because some people are rob we too who never really suffer much, Because you got to buy something that was $100 and it's $500 feet now. Them no
That
much different.
yeah,
Them no much
that that
different.
yeah, that
It's
that
just that
them
theirs is a
people
little more
are
sophisticated.
some real scavenger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some was a
them
hundred
people are
dollars.
real scavenger now, because it's not like say what they are selling was after the storm it plant and then grow and then ready and reap. These are things where them
Them
store
did have
when the
before the
storm
storm. It's one day the
yeah,
storm come.
yeah.
Them
So the
cruel
storm
man.
come now and then them gouge your price. Them people are some evil people, man.
Them cruel man. And then, we have the challenge of people not even being able to get cash at the bank machines and so on. So you have $100 when you
Mm,
normally know so you could have get that. You got a $500 fee. Then cruel man
yeah,
and then evil man.
yeah, yeah, man. So these are just some of the challenges that
Mm-hmm.
we have to go deal with as a people, because we're cruel amongst one another, man. We're cruel, bad, bad,
Oh,
bad, bad,
and
bad,
we
bad. But it's all right.
and we
Mm,
really are nice to one another. On the other hand, in
mm,
the same breath, But
yeah, man.
as far as it relates to sports specifically now, why the whole
Yes,
sporting landscape is up in the air.
up,
I
up
don't
in
know
the air.
when we're going to get back to any semblance of normalcy as far as our sporting community is concerned. There are some things we know
Mm.
will definitely not be up for a while, but some
Well,
things
almost
are
everything.
what some
Almost everything.
yeah, almost everything, but some things
Mm.
ready to go. Horse racing will be back this weekend or next weekend. We expect football. Well, football is back this week because the CONCACAF Champions Cup is going to be on Mount Pleasant against Defense Force. That will be that will be on Wednesday at the National Stadium. And I
Mm-hmm.
expect the Premier League to be back up in short order as well, because
Well,
I'm expecting the Premier League to be back in action at the same time when horse racing resumes, you know. But
one other thing is that right now, what I'm hearing is that they're not in any rush to start at the Premier League right now,
you think so?
because, yeah, remember now, you have some teams, you have the Treasure Beach, you
Mm-hmm.
have Montego Bay United,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
from West. Those two teams are severely hampered,
Yes. Yes.
in
Yes.
a serious way, especially Treasure Beach.
Mm. I kind of
Yeah,
put the Premier League in a category where, like a regular private business, and the show
yeah.
has to go on. Can't delay. So they
Mm,
will put things in place to have the Premier League back up pretty soon. And I'm predicting, as I say, mid-November. Um, we're in the first week of November now, so
mm.
somewhere in between the 15, 16 thereabouts, I'm expecting the Premier League to be back up and running. So
Let us let
we,
us see about that, because also remember you have the small matter of the schoolboy football as well,
yeah, no,
which
that
that
is another
no,
one. I don't think it is going to be too difficult to make that decision, but that is up in the air
right
because
now, there's a heavy part of the debate that is saying the season for call off.
Yeah, and I expect that. But at the same time,
Really?
there are some who are saying it should continue. But I mean,
Mm.
you see, I figure that a lot of the calls, especially for the schoolboy football to continue, I figure a lot of that call is coming from the corporate area. And I don't understand why the people in the corporate area think they know so much about what is happening down in the other side of the country to come to that conclusion. Because them really don't understand how serious and how devastating this thing is, Because for the most part, the people in the corporate area, them have light and them have water, and to a large extent things are normal. So they're not imagining what is happening from center and go down. And the further west you go, the more. Because even some of the play fields that some of these matches should be or could be played, and maybe them have to go use them as homes. Yeah.
Well, to the defense of the Kingstonians, the 16 teams remaining in the competition. Uh, that shouldn't be a hard task to manage in terms of, you know, finding maybe suitable venues at a suitable time to restart.
Yeah, but that is but
Yeah.
I think Roger, 16 teams
And if
are,
if school can start back,
but most of the
then
school them can't even start
extra
back.
care. No, all right. Well, that's a different thing. If schools can't start back, well, that's a different thing. Because if schools start back, then extracurricular activities will start back too.
But when
Because
you
if schools in,
but when you look at it,
mm, mm,
remember, 16 teams is not
mm.
just 16 football teams that are going to be involved in continuing the competition. There are other stakeholders involved who just can't step up to the plate as well. And I think it is going to be a challenge. I'm not optimistic that it is going to continue, but we wait and see. We're on to
Then
our
also,
first break.
just quickly. Then also, there's the fact that they have a model to a foundation, which what happened in COVID, where maybe the season could have shift over for a month or for a month.
Mm.
So that's food for thought.
Big decisions to be made.
Mm.
All right, we're on to the break. The program brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370. We go to the break. We'll be back shortly.
Reggae radio station, rocking to the nation.
The time on IRIE FM is
18 minutes after 9.
The storm has passed, but our people are left to pick up the pieces. But together, we can rebuild hope.
Everyone just stay positive and keep the faith.
On Wednesday, November 5, Mount Pleasant FA takes on Defence Force FC at 6 p.m. in the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup semi-final second leg. But this time, the goal is bigger than football.
We are strong, resilient people, and we know that we will be back.
Donate essential supplies to support families impacted by Hurricane Melissa. Admission is free, but a $1,000 contribution is encouraged. Come for the game, give for the cause.
Massive and crew, I go by the name of Jabba, representing Massive B Sound, Hot 97, New York City. The movie Shutters, I play Dangles tonight. Also Love and Harmony Cruise, and the list goes on. Intimate, best of the best concert. And we have to say happiest to the highest level of birthday. 35 years. IRIE FM, man. I know anytime I come to Jamaica, IRIE FM I have to turn on. From my little youth, the first time I hear the song Papa San Strange, 1999, IRIE FM. IRIE, the IRIE station of the world, man. Happy birthday, IRIE FM, cause anything I keep or anything I promote, whether yard or abroad, IRIE FM have to run my ads because my money get worth it and worth it and worth it. Cause when me spend at IRIE, me see the results. When me spend my money at IRIE, that's why me love IRIE. Cause the world, not just Jamaica alone, the world listen to IRIE FM. Happy birthday, yeah, my radio station. One more year upon them. 35 years and still going strong. IRIE FM, the baddest and maddest in the world. Me, Jabba, said that and I'm out.
Everybody needs a helping hand, somebody to understand. In the end, we're all human. For people living with HIV, no discrimination. here to support them through. Respect you as usual, got to protect them too. Put on your friend or your family, somebody in your community, people living with HIV. Protect, accept and respect people living with HIV. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Every road, every ride, Burt's Auto Parts and KYB have you covered. From October 24, 2025 to January 30, 2026, get 15% off when you purchase 2 or more KYB shocks at any Burt's location. Plus, enjoy 10% off installation at Burt's Service Center. And for a limited time, you also get a gift with every KYB shocks purchase. So whether it's pothole, corners, or smooth highways, ride in comfort and confidence with KYB shocks from Burt's Auto Parts. Conditions apply. It hurts if you don't check Burt's.
As IRIE FM celebrates 35 years of being the people's station, we continue to provide lifetime experiences for our listeners like no other can. IRIE FM and the Love and Harmony Cruise will again be sending one lucky person and their guest cruising on the 2026 Love and Harmony Cruise. For the first time, the Love and Harmony Cruise will feature a beach party in the Bahamas and gospel concert on the Norwegian Jewel with Minister Marian Hall.
Incline thine ears to our prayer, O Lord.
And Carleen Davis. As the ship sails from Miami on April 1 to the Bahamas and on to Ocherius, Jamaica, before heading back to Miami on April 6. Beres Hammond, Romaine Virgo, Maxi Priest, Pinchers, Tanya Stevens, and Agent Sasko will entertain the Harmonizers on the high seas on the action-packed cruise. IRIE FM and Love and Harmony Cruise will be selecting a lucky winner for a cabin for 2 for an unforgettable 6 days and 5 nights at sea. Just answer this question. Name the gospel artists slated to perform on Love and Harmony Cruise 2026. Send your answer to Love and Harmony Cruise giveaway, care of IRIE FM, PO Box 282 Ocherius, or drop your entries at IRIE FM Ocherius or 1B Courtney Walsh Drive in Kingston. Live draw on November 19, 2025.
IRIE FM.
Reggae Radio, IRIE FM. Hurricane Melissa has left many of our brothers and sisters in need. IRIE FM is launching a relief drive to help those affected, and we need your help. Bring along any item you can spare, from canned foods to clothes, blankets, and toiletries, and drop them at IRIE FM at Coconut Grove, St. Anne, or 1B Courtney Walsh Drive, Kingston. We will personally deliver these items to the communities most affected by the hurricane. Let's show the strength and spirit of Jamaica. Together, we can make a difference. Okay, so welcome back to What's the Score here on Reggae Radio, IRIE FM. We're being joined by the President of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mr. Michael Ricketts. Mr. Ricketts, good evening and welcome, sir. How are you?
So good evening to you and, of course, your listeners.
Good to have you. Good to have you. You sound a little
Thank
low,
you.
though. Engineer, fat up Mr. Ricketts' microphone, please. All right. So, Mike, how did the hurricane treat you personally?
Well, personally, I do have much to be thankful for. Just very, very minor issues emanating from Melissa. But it's tragic. It's devastating. I mean, I would have gone to the west to look at some of the communities affected. I spent a lot of time in Black River, and sad to say, Black River does not exist anymore.
Wow.
I mean,
that is what I've been hearing
I
all
stood
along.
up and watch people weep, just cry, looking at the devastation. But, you know, we still have much to be thankful for. I understand that some kind of relief is actually on its way to Black River, which is absolutely necessary at this time.
Right.
I would have, like I said, spent a lot of time there on Saturday, and believe it was painful to see how human beings lived. I mean, for days they were without shelter, they were basically without food. And believe me, like I said, it was painful.
Wow.
But we will rebound for sure. And we are strong mentally. We just need some support. And hopefully normality will return as soon as it's possible.
In a couple of
It's going to
years.
take a lot of work, though. The repair job is huge.
Definitely.
But as Jamaicans, we just need to be strong, put our hearts and hands together, and help our needy brothers and sisters.
As far as football is concerned, based on the devastation that you would have seen on your travels and what you have heard, what kind of impact do you think this is going to have on our national football?
Well, it is bound to have negative impact. As it is now, our two major competitions would certainly be the JPL and the schoolboy football ISA competitions. We do have a critical, crucial World Cup qualifying game on November 18th. We go down to Trinidad for a game on November 13th and then come back to engage Cuba. So it's probably one of the most important games ever in the history of football in this country. Because irrespective of what happens in Trinidad, once we beat Curacao, we will be into the World Cup. So very, very important game that will be. As it relates to the JPL is, of course, a privately run competition. Having had some discussions with some of the key stakeholders, they are of the view that the competition will resume soon. I mean, soon could be a relative term. But we are waiting to see, and they are putting plans in place for a speedy resumption. As it relates to
Mr.
FIFA,
Sorry, Hits?
Yeah, you were saying something?
No, I was going to ask you regarding, the whole disaster that is up on the land and, from a football perspective. Is there anything from the global governing body that you can tap into that you could tap into in order to
Well, for sure. We've been having
bring back football in
discussions, extensive discussions with both CONCACAF and FIFA. And, of course, by extension, the FIFA Foundation. And all entities are on board. In fact, I will have some meetings tomorrow. And I'm sure that CONCACAF has already packaged some stuff to be sent to us. Just now the logistics of getting them here. And, of course, we have had, like I've said, discussions. I've sent footages. I've sent photographs. I've collated figures, numbers, and would have sent them off to FIFA. I mean, they are as hurt mentally as we all are. So help is on its way from a footballing perspective. I was told by FIFA Foundation that the JFF and Red Cross will monitor the whole process of distribution when these gifts actually get to us. But definitely we will be looking not just for footballers and the footballing communities, but we really want to reach out to wider Jamaica to ensure that the JFF positively impacts the lives of those who are in need and distressed at this time.
I remember during COVID, when the global stakeholders intervened and provided some assistance to the federation, the assistance extended to the clubs. Any ideas as to if this will happen during this time, despite the fact that not all the clubs were severely impacted by the hurricane, but the competition itself has been?
I think they are more inclined, based on utterances, to help to reorganize and from a structural perspective to do repair jobs to footballing venues that would have been affected. But like I said, tomorrow we'll have another discussion with FIFA, and I suppose by then they will be a lot more definitive.
You were about to mention something about schoolboy football.
Yeah, I spoke with some of the ISA persons today, and I understand that they will have a meeting with the key stakeholders tomorrow.
Okay.
And will make a determination what happens thereafter. Mm-hmm. But the feeling is that they would want to resume conditionally, I'm sure. But because there are only 16 schools left in the competition, they would want to have some discussions with maybe the principals and to see how best they could organize a resumption that would not be too detrimental to the schools, to the integrity of the competition, and of course, the health and well-being of the players.
Can you tell us anything about the football facilities? I know the National Stadium is up and running. There's going to be a match there on Wednesday, Mount Pleasant against Defence Force. We saw pictures of Catherine Hall looking like a swimming pool. You can tell us about any structural any structural damage?
I would think, based on the reports that would have had, that Catherine Hall would be the worst of major stadiums. The facility, I looked at the facility at Treasure Beach, some damage, but nothing too great. But I know based on pictures and footages that Catherine Hall will need a lot of time and a lot of resources, a lot of money to get that facility back to where it ought to be. So that's going to be a challenge for Montego Bay. There will be challenges for Treasure Beach as well, states where they do play their home games, has been badly damaged too. So these are venues that certainly their condition will be raised when we talk to FIFA again. In fact, they are aware as we speak. I would have sent a number of photographs depicting the damage that would have been done to some of our stadiums. So we're just waiting, and like I did say, that tomorrow when we talk, they probably will be very definitive as to how and when we get some help.
What's a word would you say, if any at all, from your respective parish presidents?
Well, Robert, I tell you, some of the parish presidents, Tomlinson from Westmoreland, Daly from Montego Bay, Simpson from Trelawney, Malcolm from St. Elizabeth, Rahman from Manchester. I would have discussions with those presidents and, of course, Reed from Hanover. And they are desperate. They really do need help as we speak. Those are the parishes that would have been more badly hurt. And we are intent on giving as much support as we can. As a parent, local parent body, then we're intent to give as much support as we can. This is in the very embryonic stage, but we'll start the discussion on having a fundraising game. I mean, I hinted the coach and our agent would have already started discussions with some overseas teams, at least two. So we want to reach out as best as we can. And whatever we can do to raise funds to facilitate the reorganization, the redevelopment, the repair job of these parishes. And of course, the players who I understand a number of them have been actually displaced. So we want to ensure that we show some solidarity and give some support to especially these parishes and the parish presidents who are struggling right now.
Well, it sounds like tomorrow is a decisive day as far as football in the island is concerned, in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. So we await the outcome of those meetings tomorrow. Mr. President, thank you very much for speaking with us, and you stay safe now, all right?
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, boss.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Robert.
President of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mike Crickets. We are on to another break. The program brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3376. We go to the break.
Western Jamaica, when you're looking for quality, reliable, and affordable auto parts for your BMW, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, Suzuki, and Mitsubishi, your destination is Reliance Auto Parts and Accessories, 22 Beckford Street, Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland. The time by Reliance Auto Parts and Accessories is
9:37.
Ching! Ching, 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 ching! IRIE shot. Ching Ching representing for IRIE FM. Yo, IRIE, 35 years in the business. Happy birthday, me that dumb if me not talk. Ching! Right now, IRIE FM is so universal. Right now, them traveling in 9 planets. Right now, them at Venus and the diamond shines the brightest shooting to Saturn. We have the most beautiful rings. Ching! Right now, me IRIE.
We know mammograms can feel intimidating. That's why at Apex Radiology, we've invested in state-of-the-art technology that offers a pain-free experience. Regular breast cancer screening saves lives. And at Apex, it's never been easier or more comfortable. Put your health first today. Call us at 876-929-APEX to book your mammogram. No referrals needed for patients over 40. Apex Radiology, the clear choice for your diagnostic needs.
Yo, what you done with Javinci Wrestling represent? I'm represent for Team Unstoppable. May I say momentum at the reggae festival on November the 8th. I know say a live performance by yours truly, Javinci will be there. Yeah. Girl, them a come get to a big party, momentum reggae festival. Oh no, November 8th, member this a bring crowd now. Prairie sentence load me a pull up a shark's ground, and you know this a momentum.
Are you looking to achieve good health? Wondering how you can start your health journey? Well, we have just the information you need. Join me, Maisha Brody, this and every Tuesday during the Live at 5:45 news package for Healthwise. From your physical to your mental health, modern medicine and herbal remedies. We will explore how you can achieve and maintain good health. That's Healthwise with me, Maisha Brody, this and every Tuesday during the Live at 5:45 news package on the nation's number one, IRIE FM. IRIE FM.
Welcome back to What's the Score here on Reggae Radio IRIE FM. It is now 20 minutes going up to 10 o'clock, and we're being joined now by the chairman of Supreme Ventures and Entertainment Limited, the great Solomon Sharp. Mr. Sharp, how are you, sir? Sharp as a razor, as usual.
I'm a little bit under the weather. I've been in the dust and in every which way at Cayman and Spark.
Dust?
Since last week, and it's been rough, you know?
You said dust?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say mud.
No. We have some, well, we remember that we got quite a bit of rain, but something kicked off my allergies over the weekend.
Oh, wow. Well, you're better than a lot of people. Give thanks.
No, I'm giving thanks. I'm really feeling blessed, and really my heart goes out to all the people who are suffering and who lost their loved ones and lost everything, and it's just really a heartbreak.
Why, wicked. But it's good to see that within moments of announcing the postponement of racing, there was a press release to say racing will resume on November 15. Talk to us about that.
It's a lot of hard work, and I mean, I was just reflecting this evening and saying that, we put out that press release that live racing would be suspended, and what seemed like tutus were made. Another announcement that we're going to be resuming live racing. But through my years of sports, on both sides of it, as a player, when you're a player in sports, it's very easy, because everything is organized for you, and you show up, and all you're supposed to do is get fit and play, play hard and play fair and try and have a good game.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're on the other side of the fence, it's really difficult. And the work that we're coming from for the long history that myself and yourself would have had over the years with organizing sport from the sponsorship side.
Yes.
And then now when you're organizing the sport from the sporting side, I mean, I kind of was prepared for it from school, and I did some of it when, with the sponsorship side, but this is tough. And, horse racing has so many different facets. So when you are looking at putting on a card or postponing a card, everything is so cyclical, So when you're going to put on the races for next weekend, you don't just flick a switch and announce it 2 days in advance, because you have to have nominations for next week, Tuesday, for Saturday, and then nominations for Wednesday, for Sunday. Then after you have nominations for Tuesday, for Saturday, you have scratch time on Wednesday morning. And then while you're doing scratch time, you're still doing nominations. And then for Thursday, you have scratch time. And then you have to be preparing the track. And then you have to be making sure that the broadcast booth is rebuilt, because that was destroyed. You have to try and fix all of the 4 camera towers, because those were destroyed. And there's a lot of little things that happen, You go from, being a carpenter of checking up on a broadcast booth and, what is the best way to rebuild it this time? Did we build it the right way? But it was a Cat 5, or we're now here in Cat 6. But then you're gone on the backstretch now, and then you're worrying about cutting down trees. How do you cut down these tree branches? How do you limit up properly? How do you store the branches? Then you have to making sure that you're now an electrician, because JPS is not back, and but JPS did come back, but there are some down wires, and there's a loose wire that you didn't see, and it was dashing fire, and then you had to go there and you had to put out cones. So you have to become a traffic officer now, because you have to put out cones to make them know that there's a live wire in that area. In the meantime, we'll put in the live wire, we're contacting JPS, we have to shut down that system and then turn on back this system. Then you have to make sure that you have water. So it just goes on and on, on.
What category, Solomon, would you put, the damage at the facility? Either minor, would you say it's a minor, between minor and major? How would you assess that?
Let me answer the question in 2 ways, right? It's a difficult question to answer, right? just like the horses, the facility, the way it's built, the way it's made up, the age of the facility. Remember, this facility coming from the 1950s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very fragile facility with old infrastructure. So the damage done is, I would say, almost major.
Okay.
But because you can do a certain amount of work to risk mitigate, the racing surface is in immaculate condition, because the racing surface, with the kind of sand that we use and the kind of materials that we use and the way we've prepared it, and we have been preparing it, loves rain.
Okay.
So you come and you see the racetrack and it looks beautiful, and then with all the rain, all the grass that wasn't green a few months ago is now green and pretty, and it looks like everything is in shape. But you have damaged about 15 stables. You don't have light. You have lost the roof on about 12 different stalls. And then you start to see the different things exposed. And then last week, the person that you wanted to assess this damage was not available, and you're in a pecking order. And then you come, and he comes today, and you get one assessment, and there's one so there's about 3 critical meetings this week with some assessments that we're going to do, which will realize, we'll understand how real the damage is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
you have a dollar figure as yet, or you could estimate a dollar figure in terms of
easily over $100 million.
Salah, you just call them number that's like nothing, man.
I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, you know. It takes a lot to I mean,
yeah.
You're running a facility that it costs $120 million a month to run.
Okay. $120 million per month.
Yeah, just like that.
Wow.
Even when you have found efficiencies and you have solar and you have this and you have that, it easily costs that to run the facility every month.
And talking about efficiencies, you're still trying to be more efficient.
Yeah, we're constantly on the drive of being more efficient. So we found some tricks of the trade, and we have studied from some guys overseas that came down. They gave us some consultation on how to prepare the track, and we've prepared the track in a very efficient, immaculate way, and found some savings. But by the time you find these savings, you're hit with these big fat bills that
Yeah.
So I'm proud to say that the team, with the assistance of the grooms and some direction from horsemen, and they call you and they call into this corner and say, remember that little place? We have to clean that drain, and remember we have to clean that drain, and remember we have to clean that drain. And the drainage system that is built in Portmore, the track is right in the middle of it.
Oh,
so the water runs from Cedar Grove, Gregor Park area, Christian Penn area, through the drains. The drain runs through the middle of Cayman House Park and runs out to Waterford. So if we don't clean the drains efficiently, effectively, right? So, I mean, I was joking on the backstretch. And it's good that you can joke about this. I kind of enjoy what I do, so, I find a little fun in it. And I said, boy, I was waiting on a purchase order with a backhoe. And I waited just like a trainer say, you must wait, and don't move your horse until you get to the 2 furlong marker. And I've been watching the weather for the last 4 months.
Oh.
And every time I say, all right, backhoe time. I said, no, not backhoe time. And this one, we pull the trigger right at that moment when, and then I felt like, oh my God, I should have moved at the 2.5 furlong. I know the trainer tell me the 2 furlong, but I should have moved at the 2.5 furlongs out. But you listen to your trainer, and then you got to the winning post in time. So for the first time, when we got any kind of considerable rains, with the drains that we cleaned out again with the help of the horsemen, some trainers, came and pointed here, there, and wherever. We got some grooms to help. You know, they were happy for the little extra cash. And we cleaned out the drains. There's a whole bunch of bottles, and then people say, boys, it's Caymanas Park waste. But as I said, all of this comes from several communities through our track, you know. But we did a really good job, and we didn't have any flooding on this occasion.
So that is what spurred you and allowed you to be back up and ready for live racing as soon as this.
Yes, I mean, there was no injury to the animals. There was, you know, so then these horsemen, who some of them don't even have electricity at their house because they're, you know, the electricity was not still. So you're driving in a neighborhood where you're seeing patches of there's electricity there, but none over there and none over there, and then the people at the track are like, "Yo, I need light," and I'm like, "Do you know that half of Jamaica don't even have a house?" Yeah, but I need light.
Yeah, we're talking
and then you have
about
to
that
make
earlier.
sure that the generators stay on, because without the electricity of the generator, you don't have the well. And without the well, you don't have water, which is the most important commodity at the track.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's a real balancing act. And then by the time, as I said, the light come back, you have to turn it off here because there was a live wire that you didn't see that was broken. And, you know, just did. But I want to say a big shout out. The whole community of Caymanas Park came together for this one.
Wow. Tell me something. Today is November 3. The Mote Mile, which is, we know what that represents already. Is that still on and everything is in place heading towards it?
Yeah, so we pivoted, and the races that should have been on for this weekend will now be next weekend, and that's the last Mute Mile Win on Your Race Ins, which is the Jamaica Cup.
The Jamaica Cup, okay.
Right, and the Port Royal Sprint. Those are the two last races that if you win, you win those, you're automatically in the race. You pick up some good purse money if you're in the ranks right now. That will get you over the line. So those are key races, you know, and we just couldn't get them off for this weekend. There are so many other things. We have to fix the broadcast book. We have to do this. We have to do that. We have to do that. So we couldn't get that up and running. And then, you know, seven parishes
have been... races out of the way, it would be smooth sailing, barring any other distractions for the Mute Mile.
Absolutely.
Good. Sound like
we don't want any more uneventful events. You know what I mean?
I wanted to also get this one in though, in terms of like your external stakeholders, you know, the external stables and
that's going to next.
Oh, so, well, I want to elaborate on that then. Yeah.
The external, what did you say? The external what? Stables?
Yeah, yes,
and
the external stables
and OTBs
and your stakeholders, including OTBs and others. Yeah.
Right. So our number one stakeholder is a punter. Right, and a considerable amount of punters in 7 parishes would have been, you know, severely affected. Then the OTBs in those areas have been affected. So you're trying to wait until these partners that have been with you for a long time, you have to give them until next week to come back on board. You know, that's their livelihood, you know. So we started back with simulcast to understand what the network was, how many people were on, and we operated at about 40% on Friday, about 45% on Saturday, about 50% on Sunday, about 50% today, but you know, everybody's kind of getting their legs back under them. And no, this won't immediately affect us, but this is going to affect us long term. There are 3 farms, right? And there are some other smaller horse breeders that we've not been able to get in touch with that have suffered damage. Orange Valley suffered an immense amount of damage. Almost all their houses are gone. And we're coming up to foaling season, which starts in January. You know, these people live on the farm and have alarms and sometimes sleep in the pasture waiting on a baby to be born, you know? So they're going to be in a whole different dynamic this year. And our friends down at that's Orange Valley in Trelawney. There's our friends at Wyeth Falls in St. Elizabeth. They have been affected. Spoke to Trevor James today from Success Farms down in St. Elizabeth. Yeah, I spoke to Trevor Barnes Trevor James in St. Elizabeth, and he said that the damage wasn't that bad, and the horses were more or less okay. But again, remember I spoke about horse racing in cycles.
Yeah.
These babies are going to be born in January. They're going to be one the following year, and then they're going to be two thereafter, and then you need them for 2-year-olds for that season. So it's been so as I said, it's a hard question to answer with the amount of damage, because your future could be damaged, and the physical damage that we got on the plant pales in comparison to what has gone on the rest of the island.
True.
We're able to pull down our dishes, and we never had any issues with the dish, so we could get the signal up when we implemented the reconnection of the dish last week Thursday. So, but it's just a lot of work, man.
Okay, so the simulcast racing, that is fine as well?
Yeah, that is back up.
Okay. So you basically cover all grounds and just waiting on to complete the finishing touches to get things back in action next week.
Yeah, I mean, I make it sound easy, but there's a lot more than
Yeah, you make it sound easy, but we know it's not easy.
Yeah,
Far from easy. But
we try not to make a big deal about things, Robert.
Right.
We've been working for years.
You've been working at it for years, so it's like second
nature.
nature.
We just do what we have to do.
Yeah.
This industry is very important for Jamaica. It delivers a lot in taxes. It does a lot for the livelihood, and
remind us about the amount of taxes government benefit from this industry on a yearly basis.
Well, this industry in taxes and all kind of fees and things, maybe about $400 or $500 million. and remember now, it then generates about $7 billion that is put back in the punter's hands. And this goes right back into consumption, which circulates throughout the economy, and there's a lot of money we're talking about.
Yeah, man, we have to love the horse racing industry, so especially government.
And remember now, we're not just talking about the gaming dollar, but you have true spectators of the sport that can take you on history lessons. And
yes.
They take you on these history lessons, and ask them, so how much money did you win? I say, I don't gamble. So,
because you have those as well.
There's a real sporting, socio-economic, historical, there's so many facets to it, and it's when I know how important it is that people call me last week Saturday and say, how can you not have live racing? I'm like, it just came out of a storm, and a man said to me today and said, look, business-wise, you understand why we can't have racing next week. But what am I going to do again next week Saturday? This is 2 Saturdays in a row where we have no live racing. How can you do this to me? And this is a man in St. Elizabeth.
Salah, let me tell you something. You see, if race day preview is 2 minutes late on IRIE, remember, every telephone that have any connection with IRIE is ringing. And some of the people are not so kind.
I remember when I used to listen to that every week, especially if I had a horse running on the Saturday, right? And as you said, if it's not on time, and then it's like, all right, my horse is in the 7th race. Why this man no hurry up and get to the 7th race, man? They're talking about this garbage with all the 6 races, So, and then, the different consumers of these products and what it means for them, man,
Yes, trust me, man.
And then I've met so many, especially females, say, boy, I used to have to listen to the races with my father, and I used to have to bring the newspaper to him on a Saturday.
Right.
And he would fold it in a particular way, and he had a special pen, and he had to have a fine point pen, and how he would write stuff on there. And what does all of that stuff even mean? Yeah. So, that's what made her close to her dad, and that's what she remembers.
I made
So
her a horse racing fanatic.
well, sometimes they're not even fanatics, but it touches a real emotional chord with them because their father was really fond of it. So
well, good to know
then
that.
I get criticism that I'm not doing this enough, and I spoke to my uncle recently, and him said, "All right, you see, when you start back races, you're going to have a lot of full fields and blah." So, by the way, when you started back about 2-3 months, I said 2-3 months. If I started in 2-3 months, people would kill me. Him says, "What you talking about? Back in the day when there were hurricanes, they couldn't start before 2-3 months." I was like, 2 weeks. It was like 2 weeks. Him said, "Oh well, you've changed things. You've put Sundays in, and so I've been lucky." But again, to be able to pivot like this, the pivoting started when we studied the product end-to-end during COVID in 2020. And we realized that from 2019, I realized that Sunday racing had to be a thing, and how the cycle had to set up, and how the horses cycle in. And the horseman was supposed to get 6 race cards this month. And so with what was left of November, we couldn't get 6 race cards in. So we had to add a couple extra races within the race cards to make up
back to back
for the
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, but you would have had a 9 race card on the first.
Oh.
So you added, and then now you had 2 9 race cards scheduled later down. So because of the little break now, you added back 2 of the 9 races that you didn't have before. So instead of having, so you're only going to get technically 7 days less with 7 races less with 1 less race day. So you're going to have 5 race days instead of 6.
Great. Okay. Well, the important
one other thing, Solomon. You spoke about, in COVID when you guys really sat down and really looked at the whole thing holistically going forward.
Yeah.
And you spoke also about the 100 and odd million that it is easily gonna cost, out of this hurricane. Have you saved, based on your plan and your wholesome approach, did you save any money, despite the fact that you still have to fork out over 120 million? Did you save any money in terms of preparing for something like eventuality of a storm?
No, and remember, you would have shut down all your operations on the Sunday, preparing for the storm. Storm decided not coming till Tuesday. So you go without revenues Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You did your backup and you did all your checks. You're operating at 50% capacity on the Friday, and it showed in the sales. You only got 50% of the sales that you would have gotten. And one of the sales that you got was at a premium, because you have to pay a premium price to get the Breeders' Cup.
Oh, okay.
And then on Saturday, right, with no live racing, the simulcast would have again underperformed, and on Sunday it underperformed. I haven't gotten the figure yet. I think they're just about wrapping up right now. But so you're operating wounded. You're not back at full tilt with your revenues either. So you lost what now? 5 days of critical revenue, and then when you did get back, you're not back at full tilt. And then the satellite fees don't come at half price. So there are certain fixed costs.
Price.
Exactly. So it's a tough game, man. A tough game, tough business.
Yeah.
But you get it all right all the time.
But guess what? It's because you love it, not a problem. You enjoy it too.
Sometimes I can't manage the cussing, So it's 10 o'clock now. My phone may start ringing at 5:30 in the morning,
All right, fella. Thanks again for speaking with us, man. Always a pleasure. And we're looking forward to the return of live racing on November 15 at Caymanas Park. Hope all
it's going to be a humdinger weekend. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
All right.
All right, man.
Have a good rest of the night.
Yeah, happy hunting.
Happy hunting. By the way, have you heard anything about Howie in recent times?
Yeah, well, we ran a race in his honor.
Yeah,
he's alive.
Well, we know that.
He's alive, but he's been through a rough passage as well. But yes, his St. George's old boys, rallied around him, and there are different people that rally around him at different times,
Great,
so.
great. Happy hunting, man. How are they, bro?
Happy hunting. Come on.
All right.
Take care,
Thanks
guys.
again, Salah. All right.
All
right. So we
thank you.
on to a break. The program is brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370. We go to the break.
Reggae radio station, rocking to the nation.
The time on IRIE FM is
5 minutes after 10.
Reggae radio station, rocking to the nation.
The time on IRIE FM is
still 5 minutes after 10 and a couple seconds. All right. Okay, so Roger, we're back here with the What's the Score. We're going to be speaking with one of our colleagues shortly, Tristan Wilson. She has been on the road all over the place, assessing the damage and the carnage left by Hurricane Melissa. So we're going to be speaking with her shortly. And remember, you can call us because you must have some things you want to talk to us about with regards to sports and the hurricane. The numbers to call, 974-5043, 974-5051, 974-5079, 618-0352, and the toll-free is 888-991-4152. The WhatsApp line is 876-838-2405. And remember, you can also send us your voice notes. We will hear them as we go along through the program, your voice notes. And you can also call us on the WhatsApp line as well. All right, not see my producer. I don't know which direction we're going now. But the West Indies starting their T20 series against New Zealand this week, coming out of a 3-0 whitewash. Can you imagine West Indies produce whitewash?
Turn the corner, man.
Which is excellent. Why I love when West Indies win. I love when West Indies
they're going up, they're going up against a New Zealand team that, one of their top players has retired in Kane Williamson.
And they are having a number of injury worries.
Yeah, but we'd expect that the structure of New Zealand, that they would still put out a team that
solid structure.
Yeah, that will give West Indies a run for the money, irrespective of what, So let's hope now that, that momentum out of
Bangladesh,
that victory from Bangladesh, which
although we lost the one-day series.
Let's hope that momentum will that winning momentum will carry over, at least for even the first game, and let us see how we take it from there. Because winning is a habit, but losing is also a habit. And boy,
and
the amount of lose West Indies losing in the past couple of years, boy, it's almost embarrassing.
Boy, congratulations to the India women lifting the first World Cup title yesterday in front of their home crowd.
A very strange one though, because I wonder if it would happen in the men's World Cup where you lose 3 straight games in the early and still come through and
still come out
and
with
win.
The tournament. Because if you lose 3 matches
that
straight,
can happen.
you can't make it to the other round.
Me really need to understand how
I've got to look back at it, because having lost 3 games, it's really difficult.
In a row.
Yeah.
And I like say,
to make it to the next round. And having made it to the next round, you come and win the title.
Yeah. Although it was third time of asking, because they would have been to the previous 2 finals.
They've been knocking on the door, and and while winning the title, left teams like Australia, and then beat South Africa.
But look at this, India. A couple of years ago, this India team couldn't beat West Indies,
No. Well, nobody could beat West Indies a couple of years ago, as a matter of fact. West Indies was beating up everybody.
Except for Australia,
Yes,
in terms of the women's cricket. But it is just it's showing you how much they have invested heavily in women's cricket. 45,000 people watching the final.
45,000 people. Talking about cricket, I think we've been joined by the the operations manager, Jamaica Cricket Association. Wade, we have him on. We're going to be speaking with O'Neill Cruikshank. Not sure if he's on the line as yet. O'Neill, you there? No, not there as yet. Because cricket is another important thing to Jamaicans, you know. So we
definitely
looking forward to the Scorpions getting ready for the.
And guess what?
Super 50.
Yeah, and guess what? The two strongest parishes.
St. Elizabeth.
They are the one who, and Westmoreland, in terms of, in terms of where the most cricket is played.
No cricket can play down there for the next probably year. Yeah.
Why?
So,
all right, so we like to hear how those facilities are.
Right. So while we're with O'Neill joining us, just to remind our listeners that Hurricane Melissa has left many of our brothers and sisters in need. IRIE FM is launching a relief drive to help those affected, and we need your help. Bring along any item you can spare, from canned food to clothes, blankets, and toiletries, and drop them at IRIE FM at Coconut Grove, St. Anne, or 1B Courtney Walsh Drive, Kingston. We will personally deliver these items to the communities most affected by the hurricane. Let's show the strength and spirit of Jamaica. Together, we can make a difference. Okay, so IRIE FM launching its drive to assist those in need coming out of the almost the burial situation, but it is Melissa this time, The lady's giving us a warm time, boy. But it is what it is. All right. We have any voice notes, Wade, or we can take some calls? Or we're waiting O'Neill. Are we still to speak with Tristan? So not sure which direction our producer is carrying me now, but I'm not seeing him right now. But in any case, so the Reggae Girls were in Trinidad recently too, Roger, and came away 4-1 winners. Trinidad team had some issues. The Jamaica team had some issues. A number of players had to be brought in late. Well, they were actually in the squad, but number of injuries occurred, and so we had to do some stuff. Still not.
Yes, coming through with the victory, similar to their last victory against Trinidad, and of course this also would have aided in terms of their preparation for the World Cup qualifiers, which is coming up. So
and it kind of also helped to tone down the Trinis too, because remember the Reggae Boys going there to play their World Cup qualifying game.
Man,
so it kind of temper them anticipation, because them look like they were getting a little hyped up, because I don't know why them think them can beat Jamaica, So we have Tristan now. Oh, Crooks. Okay, we have O'Neill. O'Neill, good evening. How are you doing? O'Neill?
Yes, sir.
Greetings and welcome.
Indeed.
Good to have you.
Nice to be on again.
Again, yeah. Well, it's a little while now still, O'Neill, but that's how you treat it. But it's all right, not a problem. We work with it. Yeah, so Melissa passed through and looked like you never really do the cricket in the corporate area section too badly. But my word, as Roger said a while ago, the two parishes where the most cricket is played, like the worst affected. What has been the feedback from your end?
Well, I'm not sure which two parishes Roger mean when you say the two parishes that are
St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland, man.
I'm not going to argue with Roger about that. I think he goes around, so he knows. But those two parishes are severely impacted. We have been able to get in touch with persons during the course of today, and that confirms what Roger has said. Yes, in Kingston, we haven't had the type of, nothing the type of impact that has been felt, on that southwestern belt. But we are thankful, and sometimes, Robert, when you say thankful, you say it with a way because you wanted to say you're thankful. It means that you're glad it happened to someone else and not you. but that's, of course, that's not the way we mean it.
Right.
But at this time, how I see for those of us in Kingston who have not been impacted, we have been spared so that we can lend a hand or lend whatever it is to ensure that those of our brothers and sisters who are in that side of the island, can be helped.
Mm. Yeah, and when I say most cricket in this, but I mean I don't mean first class or national level. We're talking about grassroots.
I think I know. I think I understand, and it is it is a truth. I mean, it has always been the case that a lot of cricket is played in Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth, and it shows particularly at our youth level with the number of youngsters who make it into the national teams. And a lot of times, when you look at the national teams, at the time when they have made a senior team, they perhaps were playing for teams in the corporate era, Kingston or St. Catherine, but they would have originated from those two eras. So it's a truism. It's nothing false about it.
Mm-hmm.
How will the passage of Melissa and what it has left behind, what kind of impact you think it will have on Jamaica's cricket going forward?
Well, let me start with the immediate, because we were at the time when the hurricane was set to come. We were on the cusp of the quarterfinals of the Jamaica Super 50 tournament, and we postponed that. And of course, we had to put it off again. So in the immediate situation, I know the board will be having an emergency meeting tomorrow, and I think they will look into what should happen. I suspect that it's going to be difficult to continue the competition in the immediate sense. So I'm not sure what the board will come up with, either a postponement until further notice, meaning that there's an option to play when we believe that it can be done. But we'll see what the board says tomorrow. As opposed to we have a national men's team that is going to be leaving very shortly. I think the 16th of November, to go to the regional tournaments.
That's in Trinidad.
Right. For the first time, I'll tell you on your program that Jamaica will be sending teams to the Bolivarian Games in Peru. That is, those teams are male and female, believing somewhere about
I think we carried that
20th or 22nd of November. So those teams are going to be leaving, and they are in preparation. So
it's a male and a female team.
A male and a female team.
Okay.
We are intending to host the U.S. Academies as we did last year. We are intending to host them in December. So cricket will be played, whether here or overseas, to involve Jamaica teams. But in the immediate moment, we may pause to ensure that our members are okay. And for those who are not impacted as much, that they get an opportunity to go and be part of the effort to provide support to those who have been so impacted. The venues as I know them in Kingston, they are okay. That's the word that we have gotten. The venues across the other parts of the country, we have not been able to totally get the full picture. But we anticipate that the venues that are in Westmoreland, the venues in St. Elizabeth, in Hanover, in St. James, will take some getting back.
Former venues.
So they may not be able to be used.
What about any word on the Trelawney Stadium?
The last word I heard on the Trelawney Stadium is that there are some areas of it where the zinc parts of it had started to lift. And therefore, some areas of it, rain was in. However, we'd have to await the total assessment from IPL, but that's the initial assessment that we had. Not that it was damaged, but that there was some breaches.
I'd asked the football president a similar question earlier, and I'm certain that as you get your assessments, it's gonna be overwhelming. Will you be, or have you already been in dialogue with the governing body in terms of maybe how they can, tap in and help to restore cricket in any meaningful way going forward? Is something that you guys will be looking into? Is this something above you where you can discuss or just anything in that regard we can say?
I can say that I know of contact being made with our governing body would be Cricket West Indies, and they of course would then tap into the ICC. But I know that we have already made contact with, there have been contact made with Cricket West Indies, and that discussion has started. I'm sure the discussions would have to continue to get a sense of, what exactly, when we say relief, are we looking for? But that discussion is in. I expect that we will get support as to what it will look like will come from the further discussions that will be had. I'm sure there will be discussions, but I know we have had that initial contact with the persons at Cricket West Indies.
You spoke earlier, O'Neill, about the men and women's team that is going to the Bolivian Games in Peru. There is also the team going to the regional Super 50. Is it a different group of players going to the Peru, or is it an age group team that is going to Peru?
No, it's a different. As I said, the male team, the senior male team. Well, there are two senior male teams. There are no age group for any of the tournaments. So I don't even want to use the word A and a B team. We have two separate male teams that have been selected.
Yeah.
And, anybody, I think, may want to say that, the primary team is the one that goes to the regional tournament because...
then that is natural.
Yes, right. So I believe that the young men and women who are going to Peru will see, some of them, they are representing Jamaica for the first time.
Right.
So it doesn't matter where they go, they are going to represent their country
yes, and
at an event. And I'm sure I don't want to, and that's why I said it the way I did, because I wouldn't want in any way to let persons feel like, all you did was go to the Bolivian Games and not to the Super 50. So, I'm hoping that they see it as an opportunity. A lot of them who are going are those, especially the male team, are those who are on the cusp of making the what you'd call the Scorpion team. So they are just thereabouts, and they have been rewarded for that too. So I'm hoping that they make the most of this trip.
Have these teams been finalized, or is just a squad that you have now, and not yet the final?
No, both teams have been finalized. I'm surprised that you perhaps haven't had the teams yet, but both teams have been finalized. Both sets of teams, because I said there are three teams in total.
They want for Peru. We don't have that one.
Well, I will endeavor to let you have it sometime in the morning.
We could use it tonight too.
I may be challenged to give it tonight.
Okay, no problem. We'll accept it in the morning.
But I will. And
the female team as well.
Yes, definitely. I'll give it to you, because those have been indeed finalized.
What's the format for those Bolivian games? What's it like?
Well, as I said, these are Olympic type events, right? They are done by the Olympic movements. So there are going to be T20s. There are going to be T20 matches. They're going to be rapid. I think I understand. I haven't seen the fixture myself, but I understand there are going to be four games. The other teams that are participating are Trinidad, Barbados, and initially there was supposed to be another Caribbean team who eventually couldn't have made it. So I think Peru does have a team, so they will play, as I understand it. So it's 4 games or 4 games, 3 games, and then a final, and that will be done in about 5 days. That is That is the schedule as I understand it. There won't be a lot of practice when you get there. So you get there, and I think a day after that, the matches begin.
Into the deep end.
The thing is that we're awaiting the Peruvians to send us the full fixture. We haven't had that as yet.
Okay.
Oh, you spoke about the Super 50. Did the passing of Melissa had any significant impact on the preparation of that team?
Yes. Some of these young men would have been from some of the areas that have been severely impacted. And two, we had stopped the training to allow youngsters to go back home to their various areas to prepare for the passage of the hurricane. And subsequent to that, we have had now to get the fields ready. Lots of rain, so a lot of cutting, getting the pitches prepared. So that would have taken the same amount of time. We would have been training non-stop prior to and during the time when the hurricane would have been here and after. So we have basically lost about 2 weeks of training, or preparation, or further preparation for the tournament.
Oh. Well, let us hope things will be back up and running in short order. We know that definitely down this side, going down to the west, is going to be really challenging. But want to thank you, O'Neill, for speaking with us and sharing with us with regards to the impact of Melissa on our national.
Thank you for having me. And, I want to say that, to the persons particularly, I mean, there are other places that were impacted for sure than the ones that we're talking about. But on behalf of the Jamaica Cricket Association, we really are with those who at this time are struggling to see a way through. The JCA, and I'm sure other sporting organizations and other persons of Jamaica are here and planning our best to get to you, and we will, as Jamaicans do, we'll get together and we'll see this thing through, all of us. And I really want the people to understand that cricket is with you, as all of the other persons in Jamaica.
Thanks again, O'Neill.
Thank you, Father.
O'Neill, I think, is the operations manager at the Jamaica Cricket Association. All right, so we're way past the break. We head to the break now. The program brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370. We go to the break.
The time on IRIE FM is
28 minutes after 10.
Relax and unwind weekends at Country Outpost Bar, Fatesman St. Anne. Enjoy clean and friendly atmosphere with best drink prices. Check out our Saturday drink specials, where you get 3 rum bar rum cream for $1,800 and 2 flasks of rum bar white rum and a small boom for $2,500. Who else can beat this? Country Outpost Bar, Fatesman St. Anne. Call 876-448-7398. Must be 18 and over to drink. Drink responsibly.
Ho, ho, ho! And what would you like for Christmas?
A paint tough enough for my messy grandkids. Perfect color matching for my living room.
Paint that covers in fewer coats, A finish that stands up to sun or rain,
BH Paints has you covered. Now up to 25% off.
Be one of the first 200 monthly to register on championsofcolor.com and get a free gallon of BH New Ultimate Advanced Formula. No purchase required.
All I want for Christmas is BH Paints.
Discounts available at BH Paint stores and participating hardwares.
Congratulations, IRIE FM, for celebrating 35 years in the business and being number one, where news and sports are authentic and non-aligned. The Running African School take we from primary right up to university level, with history, geography, current world events, and we get lecturers non-stop from everywhere. We'll always remember the In Search of Our Heroes series and the Sankofa Trad of Queen Crystal's remains from Seville to Kumasi, Africa. Thanks for the cultural and educational educational events non-stop. Sunday Sunshine Church have enough members. IRIE Sunday dinner encourage people to eat right. And we can win money, phone cards, and enough gifts. Legally, you know, gamble. And for liquor sauce, we go to him and her. While What is Scoop and Road to Success tell we all about some people life story. Big up to the younger disc jockeys. Them a go on good, me not lie. But when cutting on the edge, we go raw, undiluted, unapologetic like a stepping razor. And when the matrix touch the wheels of steels, I don't know normal. But for people like me, who been locked in for over 35 years, GT train can't left way. So we say, blessed earth strong IRIE FM, we love you. From the listening and participating public, Mama Jackie Roots here.
As IRIE FM celebrates 35 years of being the people's station, we continue to provide lifetime experiences for our listeners like no other can. IRIE FM and the Love and Harmony Cruise will again be sending one lucky person and their guest cruising on the 2026 Love and Harmony Cruise. For the first time, the Love and Harmony Cruise will feature a beach party in the Bahamas and gospel concert on the Norwegian Jewel with Minister Marian Hall.
Incline thine ears to our prayer, O Lord.
And Carleen Davis. As the ship sails from Miami on April 1 to the Bahamas and on to Ocho Rios, Jamaica, before heading back to Miami on April 6. Beres Hammond, Romaine Virgo, Maxi Priest, Pinchers, Tanya Stevens, and Agent Sasko will entertain the Harmonizers on the high seas on the action-packed cruise. IRIE FM and Love and Harmony Cruise will be selecting a lucky winner for a cabin for two for an unforgettable 6 days and 5 nights at sea. Just answer this question. Name the gospel artists slated to perform on Love and Harmony Cruise 2026. Send your answer to Love and Harmony Cruise giveaway, care of IRIE FM, PO Box 282 Ocho Rios, or drop your entries at IRIE FM Ocho Rios or 1B Courtney Walsh Drive in Kingston. Live draw on November 19, 2025.
IRIE FM.
The time on IRIE FM is
10:32.
No, man. The highway told them high. Imagine me go out here and have to pay 2 ways. I can't manage that at all. And then have to buy gas on top of it? No, sir.
That's why I just park my car and take the Knutsford. It saves me some money, and I can just relax and enjoy the ride.
You know that makes sense?
Of course. And guess what, too? If you buy a ticket online, you will get it even cheaper. Go online at knutsfordexpress.com.
Knutsford Express, moving what matters.
And a A, and a B, but a CC Holy Buddha so nice. And a A, and a B.
That's right, CC Holy Buddha so nice.
Wanna move, wanna ready. Where's the daughter you travel with me today?
Make sure say red plate the on it, you know. I'm not travel with you.
We have some anything legit.
Red plate operators, it's your time to take the spotlight.
IRIE FM is giving all red plate operators a chance to win big in Red Plate Spotlight.
Just submit your red plate via a WhatsApp picture to 876-350-2838 and listen to IRIE FM Mondays to Fridays between 6 a.m. and noon, as well as between 7 to 8 p.m. Mondays and Fridays to hear if your plate will be announced to win at least $10,000.
Once announced, you will have 20 minutes to claim your winnings, which goes up by $10,000 every time someone fails to claim.
You don't have to submit your plate more than once, because once submitted, it remains a possible candidate for every draw until drawn.
No name, phone numbers, or address needed. Only red plate pictures required. That's Red Plate Spotlight this and every weekday, and twice on Mondays and Fridays on the nation's #1 IRIE FM. Red Plate Spotlight is brought to you by
Tiles R Us Limited, Banners Valley, St. Elizabeth. For tiles, tools, every household fixture, call 965-1896. Tiles R Us.
Tad's Record, celebrating Jamaica 63 compilation. Stevie Face, the ultimate reggae experience.
It's amazing how you knock me on my feet. Every time you come around me, I get weak. Nobody ever made me feel this way.
Hurricane Melissa has left many of our brothers and sisters in need. IRIE FM is launching a relief drive to help those affected, and we need your help. Bring along any item you can spare, from canned food to clothes, blankets, and toiletries, and drop them at IRIE FM at Coconut Grove, St. Anne, or 1B Courtney Walsh Drive, Kingston. We will personally deliver these items to the communities most affected by the hurricane. Let's show the strength and spirit of Jamaica. Together, we can make a difference. Welcome back to What's the Score here on Reggae Radio IRIE FM. It is now 10:36 as we take the turn for home. Just to say, Owen in Mandeville, it is not new, man. It's not new. It's been there before. You're just seeing it, but it's not new. Clive, good to have you again, man. Good to have you. And as I said, the quality, to tell Mr. Rick is that when the boys qualify for the World Cup, more Jamaicans will be motivated to rebuild the country, for sure. I agree with that. Warren is talking about mosquitoes at Caymanas Park. Why mosquito? They're everywhere now. Trust me. Mosquito time now.
They're warming up.
Yeah. So
warm up.
You know, worry about those at Caymanas Park. They're everywhere now. Yeah, man.
Warm up.
I think we have a voice note. We take the voice note, and then we're going to be speaking with our colleague Tristan Wilson. Let's go to the voice note.
Good night, team.
Volume.
I just want to big up West Indies and winning the series 3-0. You know, they do a wonderful job, so I just want to big them up. You know, the bowling, the batting, everything. You cannot take away nothing from them in this T20 series. They bat so good, they bowl and they feel so good. It was a team effort. In every department, they did well. So I want to big them up, and I want to big up Mount Pleasant so far. And you, Robert, how is everything going? I hope you guys didn't badly affected by the storm. Concrete Cat Fart, big up yourself. Wayne Brown, Dwight Fraser, and the rest of the What's the Score team. And also want to big up my co-worker, the White Walker from That's What Yours. Rowan Johnson from That's What Yours said that.
Why Rowan Johnson so like Rowan Johnson tonight at all? So like Melissa grab him too.
You know, we need to hear from.
I want to have Gold Dog get any.
Gold Dog,
serious.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gold Dog.
Damn
We need to hear from Gold Dog.
Yeah. Gold Dog is from St. Elizabeth, man. I will parry that, man. Yeah. Big up yourself, Gold Dog. Hope you're good.
Hope you're all right, yeah.
But Gold Dog is not from Black River. I don't think.
No, the more Bull Junction side. Junction Bull.
Yeah, but hope everything all right with you.
Ballards Valley, down that side.
Yeah, man. All right. I think we have Tristan on the line now. Tristan, hi, how are you?
Good evening. I'm good. How are you, gentlemen? Thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah. Welcome to the big show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We used to hear them time of night then, but you know.
Don't it?
And the big show car just rise to the occasion. Thanks for
a big show, man.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Tristan, you've been making the rounds as far as Hurricane Melissa is concerned, so you have seen a lot of the things live and direct.
You're a little bit low, so it's difficult to hear you. Are you hearing me?
Me? A collision, a collision responsible for that. Your brethren. So give me some volume, collision.
let me just talk because I can hear you a little bit. But it was I went to a few places since Hurricane Melissa last Tuesday. Some of the areas that got devastatedly hit. I went to St. James. I went to Brownstone. I had the opportunity to walk through St. Hilda's High School. They got badly hit. What's it called up there? Yarcastle High School. They got badly hit as well. A lot of the schools, especially up in Brownstone area, they got badly hit. However, the highlight of my story tonight is about the persons in St. James.
By the way, you went to Catherine Hall at any time?
Yeah, man, I went to Catherine Hall yesterday.
How was
Catherine
that?
Hall is my last stop yesterday. So I went to Anchovy first. I was trying to get to Mount Carey, but because the roads were blocked, because we were taking in supplies to the people, but the roads were blocked and we were having flooding and heavy rains, the police told us that it's best if we turn back and check on the bottom part, that Catherine Hall community first before I come up here, because we need the JCF actually up in the Anchovy and up in that area. However, we had to get police escort from the Freeport police station into Catherine Hall yesterday because the police advised us that, look, you cannot just go in these communities like that. People are angry and people are displaced and they will hijack you and take the stuff from you. But listen, Catherine Hall is one of the hardest hit communities even before entering Catherine Hall just bad in general. Like, apart from the hurricane that hit Catherine Hall, they had a river that came down, and basically Catherine Hall and the communities next to it, all out there says filled with mud. There were 14 feet of water in total. There's a little boy, his name is Jasani Scott. He's 16 years old. He saved 2 persons from building because 14 feet of water filled with mud. And let me tell you, the persons down there, they still have mud in their house up to your knee. Yesterday, when we were there, let me tell you, man, it's heartbreaking to see the condition and the living conditions of the people. But before I reached there, so even on Thursday, when we were in Catherine Hall, because this is my second trip there, I saw a lady that said to me, look, I can't even talk to you right now because we just wanted contact at the time. I know to check on them. She said, I have a dead person in my house, and we don't know what to do with that. So this is not just 1 or 2 instances. Robert, when I came by the studio a while ago, I told you, one of the ladies that I gave supplies to yesterday, she texted me. She said she put on her clothes. She went to take a shower. You know what they call a shower from the bottle in the bathroom that they can go. And somebody stole all our stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they stole our stuff.
We think
so
that was one piece of clothes. That was one piece of clothes that they took away.
Exactly. And those were underwear.
Lord have
mercy. And she's plus size too. So if even any of our listeners have anything like that can donate, I'd really appreciate it. But listen, the people of Catherine Hall is suffering. When you think about, when you see the type of mall, because then, man, if you have visited Montego Bay in recent times, you'd have seen that there's a lot of road construction going on.
Yeah.
So with the river come down and the construction and everything, all of that's in the people in the house. When you look, you see everything outside from bed. Listen, there's a gentleman down there named Ali. He's one of the persons who are helping. He's one of the members of the community, but he's really helping to coordinate stuff and to help the citizens. And listen, they told us that because nobody have no stove or anything like that, everybody just have to come together and cook a one big pot each day in the community so that people can eat.
So them house totally mash up or just mud fully?
Full mud. Houses got destroyed in terms of roof gone and all of that. So who have roof gone have mud in them house. So it's roof gone and mud in the house. Wow. High mud, like not just any mud. I mean like mud when you're going through. It's hard. It's like clay. So when you're going through, you have to push yourself through it to go through. We came back from Montego Bay last night in knee-high mud. I'm still washing off mud.
When we see you earlier today, you look clean.
No, sir. It began so my man. Under my clothes, like when I went home, I had to wash off properly in order to get this. I like fourth bed since the entire thing. It's horrible. I want to say thank you to my.
I never knew that you had this altruistic side to you. But what motivated this?
Honestly, I've always been doing stuff like this. Even in back to school, I had a back to school drive in from a community in Pineapple, and I sent back 150 kids back to school with books, bags, all of that, and I raised that just by donation from other people and money from my pocket and stuff like that. I've always been doing stuff like that, but I've never been doing it publicly or like this.
Advertise it.
Yeah, but what's happening now in not just St. James, because I see persons saying, oh, I didn't know you're from Montego Bay. I'm not from Montego Bay. I spent like 2 years of my life in Montego Bay. I'm not from there. I'm from Ocherios. But when we see what's happening in these communities, there's no way where you can go out your bed comfortable and know the people actually out here suffering. People are hungry. Let me just point out that people are hungry. Like if anybody can donate some hot meals, people can appreciate that people are hungry. People need women need sanitary products. People need things. They need baby things. They need diapers. Thank you. I want to say thank you to a person. He doesn't want his name to be, call out or whatever, but he's from Montego Bay. He's not here, but he allowed me to use a tractor this morning for a few hours to just help them to clear away some part of the front part of Catherine Hall. And they also deployed 3 garbage trucks for the area just to help to get rid of some of the stuff. So I have trucks now, but if anybody out there wants to volunteer a tractor just for a few hours, even if you can't give me for the whole day, just for a few hours, just to assist people in even better living conditions. Because guess what? The people want water to wash out them place and to go back to some form of normal type of living.
Yes.
But it not look possible, and it look like the government need help with it because they have not.
They must have to accept help, They must have to accept help.
Well, what you are doing is a fantastic job in helping the government too.
We are all Jamaicans, man, so we all have to come together to do this.
This is a fantastic task that you have taken on, and
thank you.
You seem so deep into it that
invested, man.
Like it's just in you. Congratulations, and I'm sure the people they really are appreciative of what you're doing, and they are. I trust you
really
continue to do.
Like when we just went there, they're a little bit angry because of course people are coming in them community with police and they don't know what they're about. And bear in mind, this is not like a garrison-like community. This is a community with working-class people, but people are just angry. But when they realize that, a little short girl and her team just come to bring some smiles and just chill with them and just give them some things, they were so appreciative.
Why did you decide on going to that particular community?
That lady that told me that the dead body is in the house and they can't get no help.
Wow.
Those words was on my mind for the last couple of days.
And I'm sure,
I couldn't not see. I couldn't unsee that.
Let me ask you, what was the reason though? Because Cornwall Hospital is not that far away from Catherine. So what could have been the reason why?
Dead bodies can't come out.
The flooding?
If any explanation they would have given you.
Look, I only with the flooding, they only said that the river came down, like the river burst because of the construction. So they channeled the river to other places, and because of the hurricane or whatever, the river came down, and that's what caused all of that. Yeah. But persons in Orange, I don't remember the name of the communities on top of my head right now, but there's this community called Orange in Montego Bay. There are persons over there right now, elderly people who are stuck water where people cannot swim through over there right now as we speak.
Wow.
And people are stuck over there. They're still waiting on the JDF and all of that. And that is why I had to get the tractor involved and try to say, okay, because I saw a post today that they said that JDF wants the MPs to clear the roadways and stuff like that so that they can come in to get aid and all of that to some of the people. I mean, I say,
road, man.
Nobody still not come. The MP for the area visited once to do a walkthrough to see what was happening, but the people are saying they still haven't heard anything back. But according to the police, the mayor said that they will be visiting tomorrow Tuesday, to give the people, I guess, hot meals and supplies. But, I'm in contact with them, so if that doesn't happen, I'll definitely hold them accountable for that because the police made that announcement to the people.
Wow. Tristan, continue doing what you're doing. That's a fine job that you're doing. And,
thank you so much.
Take it on by yourself and just, never knew that this kind of altruism existed in you, but I'm glad that I discovered it. Thanks for speaking with us.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me on the platform.
All right. Bless up.
All right, cool.
All right.
And
So
Robert, just before, I mean,
we have a break.
Our very own Amber as well, Amber Joy. She
have a tent drive thing going up too.
Tent
yes,
drive, yes.
yes.
So what is this? She asking for the assistance, sent a camping tent for a Jamaican who lost their home during the Hurricane Melissa. They'll clear to those in need in Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth. And of course,
Amber always involved in them things.
Yeah. She said email Amber Joy sealhub@gmail, or you can also DM on TikTok, Amber Joy from Jamaica on TikTok and Instagram. Call 427-427-0938 for shipping details. So that's a drive. Amber is from Westmoreland as well. So
she said she's going down the Friday. She's going to do some stuff down in South.
What I can tell Amber, is that boy, where you hear and where you see. Where you here so far, you're gonna come back with a totally different. Maybe you could have. Maybe you might have to take a couple of days off based off of where you're gonna sit.
All right, let's just run to this quick break. I think it's just a time signal. We have and come back.
Reggae radio station, rocking to the nation.
The time on IRIE FM is
9 minutes going up to 11 o'clock. Hurricane Melissa has left many of our brothers and sisters in need. IRIE FM is launching a relief drive to help those affected, and we need your help. Bring along any item you can spare, from canned food to clothes, blankets, and toiletries, and drop them at IRIE FM at Coconut Grove, St. Anne, or 1B Courtney Walsh Drive, Kingston. We'll personally deliver these items to the communities most affected by the hurricane. Let's show the strength and spirit of Jamaica. Together, we can make a difference. All right, so...
one of the things, Robert, I am just worried although it's after it gone. But I'm just saying, what if Melissa had taken the route of a Gilbert?
Roger, I don't even want to imagine that, I don't even want to imagine that. Because just look at the route that it took and what it has left behind. Boy, somebody was talking to me earlier about a place in St. Mary named Racecourse. When you pass, I think, you pass Arakabesa, or just before you reach Arakabesa, somewhere out that side there. And I think it was Hurricane Charlie. Move everything from there, across the road.
Allen.
And
they had a hurricane near Allen where brushed down there, so I think in 1980 or something.
Yes. Boy.
I must have hit that, man.
Well, when I was speaking with GT Taylor earlier tonight, GT was saying this is not a hurricane, man. It's a tornado. Yeah, man. Him say even when them in that safe spot at the house, and the wind was reeling, them have to be holding the door now because like it want to take them out there, And my experience where it wasn't as bad as there. When the hurricane, the wind was talking to us, I never can interpret. I couldn't interpret what it was saying, but trust me, it was saying a whole heap of things, man.
I stood on the IRIE FM veranda them for a while. I mean, I tell you, man.
Yeah, man.
And with me, the tallest coconut tree, in the IRIE there, we don't know how it survived, but it survived. I don't but grung me see it a limbo, But the grung, with the heavy coconut.
I see the palm trees down my place. doing some gymnastics, man. I mean, I said, what? Them would have win gold medal at the Olympics. Trust me, man.
I mean, I said the tree loaded in a Robert. The tree loaded. You're supposed to the one down at the end.
Yeah,
at the great
but
house.
it's still up.
That me I say.
But none of the jelly them not come off either.
Time, you know. Eh?
None of the coconut them not come off.
No. That me I tell you, said. I mean, and we are talking about dozens, you know.
You know,
and it got down, you know, man.
You know
and
what would have motivated it to break?
Yeah.
Make somebody vehicle it park there. Yeah, man. Blood it one, man. Make somebody vehicle it park there.
And one of the things that I found interesting is that the breeze, we were outside, you know, because we were walking between the great house and the building. And the breeze was warm, you know. I mean, I wonder if that them call warm water with a hurricane, because the breeze never cool. It did warm.
Wow.
Yeah, so
it was a really terrible experience, man. I was sitting and just looking at it from the patio, and I am telling you, when you hear that something talk to you, you know,
yes, man.
But you just can't understand what it was saying. It go high and go low, and then they go in between, and it just chatting, and singing.
And it's a joke part of the breeze that side I get. You can't imagine.
Every time there's a gust in a man, I was saying, God make this be the last one. Before you know it, back again.
Again before you know it.
Yeah, but for the persons who have really suffered serious damage, boy, I just hope we can put it back together.
People suffering, bad.
Suffering,
that's all we know.
You know?
Yeah.
And as we said earlier, we have to just rally around and assist people and make sure, you know, we lend a helping hand, because everybody need the help.
And Amber says she'll be in Sheffield on Friday handing out necessities.
Right.
The people in Sheffield.
Yeah, because a lot of people collecting stuff to carry to deliver. All over social media, see people talking about, you know. So we just hope that people are able to get it and benefit from it, because, I mean, it is so inconvenient. You can imagine I don't have no electricity, and it is so inconvenient. And them neither even have house. Them not have bed. So my little electricity that I don't have is joke.
Why? Joke thing.
Yeah.
So you heard about the robbery.
Electricity still.
Yeah, you heard about the robbery in Holland Bamboo, right?
Where the people them lose the most and the mad boy them got rob them after that?
No, man. I thought like persons were passing with aid and they rob them. Like they ambush them and rob them.
Oh, I never heard about that one.
About that. So one of the theory that we are hearing now is that this same Holland Bamboo people them now, they are suffering just as much as anybody else down in St. Elizabeth. We'll go further down and onto Westmoreland. And the theory is that all them do it, and just I say all of the aid that pass them. Everybody just a pass and happy them.
And they want help too.
And them want the help too.
Boy.
Not that I agree with it.
But we can't understand.
Because them say everything I pass through, because Holland Bamboo is no longer Holland Bamboo, no, it's Holland.
Yeah, so if you're going, if you're going through with aid, man, stop and give everybody, because everybody need help. You know, so if you really go down there to help people, help everybody. You know?
Everybody I pass them.
But everybody
and they want to help just as them.
Have mercy.
So, it's terrible. It's terrible.
So it get them doing what they don't really want to do, but it's really called survival. Not that I agree with it either, but I mean,
no.
After time pass and you get desperate, you know, you will do things that you really not up your street.
It's serious, you know. The more you see, let me tell you, it is very, very, very catastrophic. When me hear the Foxman say, this remind him of the tsunami
that was
in
terrible,
Sri Lanka a couple years ago, and that was terrible.
That was terrible.
Yo, when we look at some of the pictures, you know, man, it's like None leave no upon the tree, you know, upon the coast, you know.
Yeah, but when you look on the good, decent, nice building, them houses, and you see them come to shreds. Why? What talking about? This is some nice vehicle too, you know, because somebody was telling me, so them see some Benz and BMW move from one side of the road, gone over in some other section, not have no use. Why?
Jamaica was never prepared for this at all.
What?
Never prepared.
What did we do to deserve this? Anybody have the answer me that I really like no? Yeah, guys.
well, people have theories.
Somebody gave me a theory earlier, but me can't repeat it.
No, you know what me say? But theories, me not dismiss nobody and them theory right now. I'll sit down and listen.
Me not contribute to it though.
But I will listen and I won't dismiss. I won't dismiss no theory right now.
Everybody must know what kind of inspiration them get to come up with them theory, but me not repeat them. They might very well be true, but we never know. Yeah. Well, that's it for the program tonight. In a way, think we had a good show. We spoke with the president of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mike Ricketts, chairman of Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited, Solomon Sharp, the operations manager at the Jamaica Cricket Association, O'Neill Cruikshank, and we also spoke with our own colleague, Tristan Wilson. We just pray that people who have been devastated by the hurricane, Melissa, that as soon as possible, things can return to normal. That is like a pipe dream when you say that anyway, because it is not going to be in the near future, especially those who are really severely devastated. But we trust that whatever is to be done will be done.
Will be done.
And will be done in a timely manner so that people can return to their normal lives. It is not going to be easy, because some of those pictures that I saw today and yesterday, it really looked like Hiroshima. Some look like Haiti. But that is not where we want to be. So let us hope we can put hands and heart together and build back better and stronger. Want to thank the production team. Want to say thanks to our producers, Wade Brown and Dwight Fraser. Our technical operator, DJ Collision. Our social media coordinator, Peter Bradber, and our studio assistant, Shaquille Gale. My name is Robert Williams.
And I'm Roger Haspel.
The program came to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370. Until next week, same time, same place. Have a good night.
Reggae station, rocking to the nation.
The time on IRIE FM is
2 minutes after 12, after 11.